Hi, it's Wasabi. Welcome back to the channel. Got another battle on the Ellenberg map. It's going to be a different sort of battle. This is an assault game, which means it's a 10-minute time, and a player is on the attacking side, which means to win they've got to kill all the enemy tanks or cap it out inside that 10 minutes. It's Argonaut from 1AR clan, and he's in a tier 9 British medium tank, the Centurion 7.1. So you can see they spawn on both sides of the river, so it's going to spread the attack out. And he's already spotted a UDIS 03 and a 122 TM. So he takes a bit of a dive here. He's going to take some damage. Yes, but not too much. So, alright, now this is where the tank will have its strengths shown. Good gun depression and a very good frontal turret armor. Now he's firing HESH here. So what's HESH? HESH is high explosive squash head, and that means that acts like a G shell, which means that it has to really penetrate. Now the penetration on this round is 210 millimeters. This is the premium round. He's managed to dispose of that 1-2 TM. He did take a hit while doing that, but he's handed out 100 hit points of damage in that time, so gives you an idea of the capability of this tank. But we'll see a little bit later one of the weaknesses of the HESH round. Now, he's in a tier 8, tier 9 battle. Just checking out, didn't get spotted coming up here. Those tanks across the other side, they're all behind hard cover, so unless they move, he's not really going to get a shot. So let's see how long he spends here, but it's already 2 minutes into the game, and that means there's only 8 minutes left. Which always puts a sense of urgency into the assault game. So the unfortunate thing, of course, is players who haven't worked out how to use their settings leave their settings on for assault games and encounter games, and when they get into that they don't realise what the conditions are. They may not have the same sense of urgency, so just something to consider if you like to play this sort of game, that you may not always get players who really understand the mechanism. Alright, now he's found that UDIS 03, does a bit of a drive-by, puts a shot into him, keeps his turret facing towards the UDIS, but the UDIS hasn't been able to turn around, and he gets taken out, so he picks up a little bit of assisted damage there. Now he's got a strip 1030, a tier 9 version of the UDIS 03, and it's just going to line him up here. Now strip's trying to get in a position here, but it takes the time to go through the commander's hatch, and then he gets taken out by MT-13.4. Alright, so it made a bit of an impact here. He's up to 2.8k of damage. There's a few targets across the other side, but he did get spotted there. I'm not quite sure by what. Maybe it would have been that T103. No, he's right on the edge of view range, so possibly not. May have been that arty, but the Centurion 5.1 is with. Just taking out the arty fairly quickly. So they've pretty much made it up to the enemy cap area, or very close, and they've got a Cobra there. A very dangerous tank, the Cobra. It's got a 3-shot gun, and he's managed to get rid of the Centurion 5.1. So another snapshot towards him, but that doesn't connect, unfortunately. And it's the T103, the Cobra again. So alright, now he's going to put another shot in. No, that didn't hit either, so that's a bit unfortunate, but normally this gun is quite accurate, so sad there. Managed to get a hit there. Now, so you probably may not have noticed the first shot he put at the Cobra only elicited about 26 points of damage, and that is the HESH round not penetrating. So it must have hit a hard spot that didn't allow it to penetrate, and he should get rid of it in this shot, and he does. And here we go. Now he's facing the T103. Similar sort of thing. He's got to look for a penetrating shot here. Yep, 574. So you can see the power of the HESH shot. It's got really a lot of damage. Down very high alpha, but it's yeah, not that reliable sometimes. And there you go, 24 hit points of damage. Didn't penetrate there. So luckily the T103 lines him up but he manages to fire before he does, and that has given Argonaut his 3rd kill, and he's also ticked over 5k of damage. So 5 minutes have just ticked over, so 5k in 5 minutes, that's a pretty good rate of fire. And I don't mean that in terms of the DPM of the gun, but just to be able to keep your gun working through that whole time is not an easy task. But you can see he's 3 marked this tank, so we know he's a pretty good player in it. And here we go, he's got some more targets here. Puts a shot into the Scorpion. And I'm not sure if he got spotted there or if he's been perma-spotted here, but snaps again to the Scorpion but misses that time. He's got 2 rounds of his HESH rounds left, so he makes a change. There's not much hit points left in that Scorpion, so lines up Skoda T56, shoots right through a narrow gap there. And he's actually on the cap area right now, so they could cap out if they wanted to, but say Argonaut is after damage here. He's just under 6k of damage. What else can you get out of this? So he's just looking for that gap again. Can he hit the Skoda? The Skoda's put a hit there into the T-34-3, but now he's found a loader. So big 500 hit points of damage there. Now he's actually got a mission running. Let's just check the conditions. So it's actually MT-13, and he's just completed the 6,000 hit points of damage to enemy vehicles in a medium tank, and to get honours, be amongst the top 3. So a good chance he's going to complete this mission actually. He's already done the damage target. Just has to finish in the top 3 to get honours and survive. But yeah, he's actually completed it from a damage perspective, so that's the green tick there. Lever goes down, and it's just got the Skoda T56 there. And in fact, there's only 2 tanks left, Skoda and an E75 TS. Skoda puts a shot into his tracks, so he can come up and get him. No, he doesn't need to. The T-34-3 has come back and taken his vengeance on the Skoda for setting him on fire. So he's back down to his standard rounds. 7.2k of damage already, and here we go. The E75 is the last tank left. 214 hit points of damage could be handy, but I'd say he's going to finish on top in this game. He's just trying to tempt the E75 to shoot, I'd say, but there's quite a few people crating around, so he may not actually get the kill here. It's just looking for the top of the turret, and E75 not playing ball here, and he took a bit hit there. He's going to line him up, he's going to pull the trigger. Bit too late there. You'll see even 90 takes him out. No, great game there from Argonaut. Let's go and have a look at the details. Well, it ended up with some pretty massive damage there. 7.3k of damage and 3 kills. That's earned him the high caliber award, and he's picked up another 2.5k of assisted damage there. Not bounced a whole lot, but that's given a combined total of 9.8k. So excellent output there. And he's also picked up the patrol duty medal, so that means yeah, helping your team damage a lot of tanks. So that's pretty unusual for a medium tank. Well, not totally unusual, but it's a good outcome there. Ace Tanker Mastery badge that goes with that. So let's see what the team score was. Well, that's a really nice level of base experience, 1654. That's definitely well into Ace Tanker level. And the T-34-3 as tier 8, although he didn't do as much damage, it's ended up next in experience there. And in fact, if you look at the damage total, no one else has done even 2k of damage on his team, so definitely a big carry there from Argonaut. And on the enemy team, the Skoda T-56 would have been a bit disappointed to lose 6.1k of damage of his own. That's pretty massive too, and he would have got an ace tanker for sure in the losing team. So shout out to Bukantara 188. All right, what did it cost to run the tank? This is a tech tree tank, so no special deals on damage or whatever, but luckily he had some battle payments running, and you can see the reliance on HESH that he had there, 106k on ammunition and 20k on consumables, but he's only end up with a very minor loss of 6k, so I think you take that any day for that sort of result. Anyway, another great game there from Argonaut. That follows on from the Leopard PTA battle we showed you earlier. So hopefully we'll see more from him on this channel to come. And hopefully if you liked the video, you give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel already, please consider doing that. We'll have more great content to follow. Thanks very much for watching.